You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Critical hit Punch All Nazis takes place in the early days of World War II and combines high adventure with cosmic horror. All dates, locations, and historical events are thrown out the window in order to create a fun story. So don't put too much thought into historical inaccuracies. All accents are done poorly, but with love, and no disrespect is intended. Last time.
On critical hit.
I'm gonna run up to the cockpit and tell the pilot, there's something on the wing!
Brian, you got 0 successes?
0 successes. I rolled an 18 and a 19.
This is the first time you hear the creature.
So we'll do a big old bounce when we hit the ground first time, because we didn't quite get down fast enough. But after the bounce, it's a nice smooth land, and all right.
It is the morning, and you all wake up in the medical wing. Some of you are bandaged that need to be bandaged. Some of you have been stitched up where you need to be stitched up. Some of you have been given a medication to help you rest or calm your nerves, but all of your stress has been removed, even though you've had a rough night's sleep. Doc, your clothes were pretty much ripped up and not usable. Mm-hmm. And so they've obviously they have some clothes lying around from soldiers that didn't make it.
Oh.
So why don't we go around and have each of you describe your characters and what you are wearing? So let's start with Doc, who's got all new wardrobe.
Oh boy, all new wardrobe means pieced together from whatever they can find. So the shoes at least match, and the pants aren't actually part of a uniform, but couldn't, go by. So it's clearly some sort of uniform shirt with insignia removed. Doc is actually probably still pretty wild-eyed. Doc, he would be relatively handsome if he didn't have a kind of general sense of about him. Dark hair. He's tried. He's really tried to get his hair combed back the way that he likes it and glued down, but it's a little bit more of an issue now that we're having these terrible nightmares. And of course, Doc is very clearly of Greek descent, so not necessarily what you would call an olive skin, because I think that may be probably inappropriate and or racist, but definitely someone of Mediterranean stock.
Okay. Rodrigo, tell us about Dutch and what is he doing this morning?
Dutch is, he's probably up, getting dressed, combing his hair. Dutch is young. He's, a good enough looking guy, sort of light hazily eyes, black hair, quantum uncertainty on olive skin, and he's been like his clothes don't look super great at this point because he's been wearing the same thing for like 6 days, and then he fought a gremlin. So because he's gotten enough rest and because of the way that he takes care of himself, is clean shaven, and his hair is like nice and slicked back and combed. He definitely looks like a fancy boy wearing not fancy clothes.
Okay. All right. Blisco, you had probably a lot of stress in trying to fly, but you didn't have to engage with a flying monster during your flight. What are you doing today?
Grabbing breakfast and exploring, just trying to figure out what our next course of action might be.
Sure. So let me just real quick. You landed at a British military base located on the outskirts of France. So there's an easy 45-minute drive if you were to drive there. Since you're near a smallish community on the outskirts, there's definitely a train depot there if you need to take a train into the downtown area, which you probably will, but you're not in Paris proper. So this military base is small. It has been recently constructed because the British and the French are working together at this point in trying to combat the Nazi menace. And so there are some Quonset huts, and inside you can see a couple of most of these look like the plane you flew on, cargo planes. A couple of them you can see have been outfitted with guns on both the front and tail and on each side. But it's a small field. It's not a place where you're going to have giant bombers taking off from at this point.
All right.
What does Blisco look like?
Blisco's average height, clean kempt, brown hair, brown eyes, wearing whatever they happen to give him at this point.
So you've got a pair of nice brown slacks. Your boots, I guess, are still good. They've given you a proper dress shirt with some suspenders on that, and not a bomber jacket, but a leather jacket that a working class man would wear.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally,
like the brown leather jacket.
Yeah, brown leather jacket. Yeah. So the last person to wake up is Valentino.
Yep. Valentino wakes up, probably looks pretty rough. So when he finally gets up and around, first thing he probably seeks out a strong cup of coffee.
Okay. There's plenty of that, although it's probably not as good as tea, as which they seem to have an abundance of on this base.
Nah, he wants coffee.
All right.
And once he gets himself a good dark cup of that, basically finds the nearest washroom to freshen up and sees what he can do to scrape together some clean clothes and maybe an iron. So he's basically doing everything he can to get sharp looking again.
Yeah, they actually have a very nice tweed suit that just so happens to fit you perfectly. There does happen to be, if you pull back the left lapel, there is a hole that goes right through the jacket.
Nice. That's lucky.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, but luckily the lapel hides that hole.
Basically gets dudded up in that. He is a fairly scrawny looking fellow, probably also of average height, blonde hair, swept back, very chiseled features, very piercing light blue eyes, and just seems to be fastidiously grooming to.
Yeah, you look quite fetching.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you come out of the bathroom and ironed your clothes and everything, you look very handsome. Of the four, you are definitely the one that will get a lot of attention as you're walking down the street. So, Dutch, throughout the night, even though you got sleep, you were awakened multiple times by the high-ranking base commander who needed information from you, was filling out reports. The pilot was in one of the beds with you. He's not there in the morning when you wake up, but he was asking you questions about what happened. How did the pilot get injured? What was this creature? What did you do to provoke it into attacking you? Those kinds of things. So, there's not a whole lot of debriefing that needs to go on. The ranking official treats your group very much like he has made some phone calls and knows that he really doesn't want you on his base much longer than necessary. And he's not going to ask any questions except what he needs for his report. But he's definitely somebody who you get the vibe that it's like, the sooner you guys get off my base, the less I'm going to have to worry about more creepy things.
Okay. Definitely cooperate.
Okay.
And once I figure that's what he wants, then basically Dutch will try to get... He's not trying to get like stuff out of him, like, hey, give me a car or anything like that.
Right.
Although if they have a car, we take it.
So you go and ask for a car. Here's his response. We only have military vehicles here, and my understanding is that your group probably does not want to be seen in military vehicles.
Sure.
There's a train just about a mile east of here that can take you into Paris.
Okay. We'll take a ride to the train station if you can swing it.
Oh, yes.
All right, I'll go tell everyone.
Okay. Where do you find Valentino?
Probably wherever the people are congregating to smoke.
Okay.
So out one of the outbuildings.
Yeah.
I'll go find him there.
Okay. Where do you find Blisco?
Probably in the cafeteria.
Yeah, still in the cafeteria.
This has been a bit of a event.
How's your appetite? How's your appetite?
Blisco's appetite is strong.
He didn't take any mental damage.
No, he didn't.
Not during that one, at least.
Yeah.
All right, so you're good. You're just brushing it off and just eating heartily. Okay, and then so you get those two, and then you have to go and find Doc.
I will look for put off looking personnel to find Doc.
There seems to be a long line of them leading you back into the infirmary area.
Yeah,
where Doc is pestering doctors. Yeah, pestering doctors as well. About medical stuff.
Yep.
Oh, you're raiding the place. Oh, in that case, what are you raiding?
Not necessarily anything terrible, just seeing if they have like any bandages, any quinine, any I don't know.
I mean, they have all this stuff. You will need to
if they have some extra.
You will need to do an agility plus stealth D2 to see if you are able to abscond with any medical supply.
I wasn't going to steal. I was just going to be incredibly annoying and to see if they would give me some supplies to get rid of me.
Oh man, you would need to do a will plus persuasion D2 on annoying.
I can totally do that. I can be annoying. Uphill both ways.
Yep.
0 successes
or not.
Yeah, so they're not having any of your stuff. One of the nurses is like, "You do know that these supplies are for our fighting men. And if you take them, one more of our great soldiers might die.
We too are fighting men.
Please go.
Hey, Doc.
Please go."
We're going.
You'd think they could be.
They very much want us out of here.
Yeah, let's oblige them, I suppose.
Always the British.
Well,
I mean, maybe if you weren't being annoying, maybe they would have given you some stuff. But
I've got good news for all of you. We are probably going to stop dealing as much with the British. So the coffee will be better, but I don't think they're going to get any nicer.
But I don't mind the tea.
Do you need to make any phone calls to either Section M or to the U.S. base?
I figured they would get worked up the chain, but something tells me that I should.
Okay.
A sudden intuition comes upon you.
I'll call up the secret number.
Number, please.
I'll give her the number.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah. We all went bowling last night, and we couldn't leave because Franklin wanted a turkey.
One moment. There's a long pause. You hear clicks, and you hear switches flip. Hello, this is the Brigadier.
Brigadier, this is Dutch.
Oh, Dutch. Have you made it to Paris?
Not quite. We ran into some trouble in the air.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
We were attacked by a creature, something the locals are nonchalantly calling a gremlin.
No, right. Wings, horns, no face.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That is a night gaunt.
Okay.
It's a nasty creature. Was it, how big was it?
About the size of a tall man.
Oh, that was a
Not counting the
then.
wingtips.
Yes, that was the infant.
That's what we're told.
Okay, and were you able to dispatch it?
We were.
Good.
Just got some scratches and scrapes, but everybody's fine. Blisco landed the plane, so...
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fascinating. What is your plan of attack?
We're going to take a train to Paris and go check out...
Yeah, it's an address that you have.
Yeah, it's an address. That library, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, actually, it is the National Library of France, is what the address is.
Okay.
We have just arrived in Kent, and so we're organizing things and trying to find some additional information on Carcosa. I don't know what we're going to be able to find, but hopefully you'll be able to find more when you get to the address. Where are you calling me from?
Calling you from whatever the Air Force base is called.
Okay, yes. In the future, if you would, please call from someplace that is not, someplace that could not easily be tapped, like a phone booth on the street or a cafe or a shop that might have a phone that may be able to give you some privacy. But set locations, there's probably a good chance that that it could be bugged, that it could be tapped. We think that is how they found out where our headquarters were in Belgium.
All right.
They did find the body of the man. You said that there was a man that was shot.
Mm-hmm.
We did find that body under the rubble. And we were able to identify him as Herman Mittwoch Will. He is a member of the Black Sun. He is also very much like Herr Montauk and Herr Dienstock.
But wasn't he shot by someone from the Black Sun?
We are still trying to figure that out. We think that there may be, the people here are thinking that there may be a fraction or a fissure in the Black Sun ranks.
I see. Well, that's probably why they didn't manage to kill us.
Well, we did lose a lot of good people.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nope. I think that's it. I'll call you from Paris, whether we have something or not.
Ah, very good. How about this same time tomorrow?
All right.
Very good. Very good. Carry on. And click.
Right. Yep. Hang up. Call up the old fort.
Hello? This is Sergeant Doolittle speaking. Who is this?
Hi, Mom. Is that you? It's Carlos. Yeah. No, we're in France. We're
Who
in
is
France.
this? Is this Arbogast?
Yeah.
What are you doing in Paris?
Don't worry about it. We're doing great. Everything's great. There were no we're just having a little trouble with the Halloween decorations. Getting all up in our face. Anyway, I'm doing good. Say hi to Timmy for me. Bye. Hang up.
What now? What? I think you've caused more confusion with him than anything.
Oh yeah. Giving him something.
All right.
So I'll go check if everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, I think. Ready as anyone.
Okay.
Yep.
You all have your service, your handguns. You all have your handguns.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're all stashed away. Okay. You did pretty good with your handguns in the air. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
At the gate of the base, there is a Jeep waiting.
Yep. Well, get in the Jeep.
Where to?
Train station, please.
Ah, yes. Okay. Puts it in gear. All the way down to the train station.
Yeah. Should we stop maybe a bit outside the train station?
Outside the train station?
I don't know. Are we going to draw attention to ourselves in a military Jeep?
Maybe, I guess. Yep, let's stop a brisk walk away from the train station.
All right. So he stops a couple of blocks away, gives you a little light wave, U-turns, and drives back to the base. You are standing in a small community on the outskirts of Paris. There is a train station a few blocks away where you can buy a ticket. Each of you can get a ticket and get on the train to Paris.
Yep, we'll do that.
All right. The 9 a.m. train to Paris is crowded because there are some people that are commuting in. Everyone is reading a newspaper. They're not really paying attention to one another. Everyone's head is down and looking through the paper of what's going on. Some of the headlines, of course, are talking about the Nazi aggression will not stand is one editorial that you read. There is a brief story on the bottom of page 2 that you can see on another fellow's shoulder talking about an incident in Brussels where a blimp, Nazi blimp was seen. There are reports of a bombing in another article that you read in Belgium. Of course, another opinion piece is talking about how the Belgians should not be neutral in this war, but should side with the French. And another one is complaining about how America is not involved with this fight, and how dare they not step up. There's probably another article that's like, would it be that big of a deal if the Nazis came and took control of our country?
Typical.
But it's a very bustly ride, standing room kind of train ride. But eventually you make it into the heart of Paris at the main Paris train station. Again, in Earth D20, it's just called Paris Central.
Okay. We'll try to see if there's public transportation to the library.
There is. You can get on a bus or a trolley that will take you to the main train, to the main library. Now, Valentino, you know this address in this library, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to help them along the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Point out, it's like, you want to take this road. and all that, and pretty much take them there as quickly as we can.
Yeah, this, Paris is bustling this early in the morning. People are going about to their jobs. Shopkeepers are opening up in the morning. People are very friendly towards one another. There are women and children who are going shopping or to school. It's a very nice October morning. And then you turn the corner, and there in front of you is the National Library of France. It is a building that is multiple stories high, 4 or 5 stories high. It takes up an entire city block. This library is immense. There are 2 entrances, a north entrance and a south entrance that you can enter on, depending on which way you approach the building.
Yeah, I mean, whichever one would be.
Sure.
I feel would be closer.
You go in, and certainly there is a large circulation desk. How may I help you?
We're here to see Antoine.
Antoine, what is the last name?
Dupre.
Antoine Dupre, yes. One moment, and the man leans over to another woman there at the desk, whispers in her ear. She whispers something back. Yes, he is on the 3rd floor. If you would wait just one moment, we'll have him come get you.
Very well.
So you wait, and
So where do you know this guy from?
Well, we're academic compatriots. We've done some studies together.
Okay.
A few minutes pass. Antoine still doesn't show up. I'm sorry, I do not know where he is. He hands you a room number. He is 3rd floor, room 317.
Yeah, we'll
just go down that way, take the stairs up, turn left, go down, take another stair up, and then turn right, and his office is right there.
Thank you very much. All right, fellas, let's head on up.
All right.
This library is really big. Not only do they have a massive, general reading room, but there is kind of a museum section here where some artifacts are on display. There are rooms and rooms and rooms devoted to different topics, and there's a nameplate on each room, so you can tell that there's been a benefactor that has given a lot of money to have this collection here at the museum. Of course, there's statues and paintings and all sorts of things here, but the books, the rows and rows and rows of books, are just more than any of you have ever seen. Well, except for Valentino. As you get up into the 2nd and 3rd floors, you start to get into office administration type stuff, where researchers and other people might be housed here in the library. You arrive at 317. The door is partially open.
Bring up a fist, kind of hesitate for a second, and then knock at the open door.
Okay. You knock. Yeah, you knock, and then the door kind of swings open a little more, and you see a man who is hunched over his desk. He is, he's a very handsome-looking man. He's got black hair that is slicked back all the way. He is wearing a starch white shirt with a tie and suspenders and pants that are extremely well pressed. And he's got in his hand a very brilliant red piece of chalk or oil chalk. And he's just drawing something on a piece of paper. And he looks up. Oh, yes. Yeah. Nathaniel. Oh, my goodness. And he rushes over to you. Oh, it is so good to see you. And he gives you a kiss on the side of your cheek and the other side of your cheek, and is holding your shoulders. Oh, it is so good to see you. Oh, but you've lost so much weight. Have they not been feeding you?
Oh, I eat plenty. Hey, it's good to see you. Hey, I'm here on business.
Who are your friends?
Yeah, they're compatriots of mine. Is there a quiet place we can talk?
Oh, yes. So he goes to each of your friends. Hello, hello. I'm Antoine. He shakes Dutch's hand.
Hey, Dutch.
It is so nice to meet you. He goes to shake Blisco's hand. Antoine Dupree.
Bug eater.
He falters for a minute. Yes, any friend of Nathaniel's. Yes. Then he gets to Doc and he's like, hesitates for a moment. Hello, I'm Antoine.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nicholas Elias.
Oh, yes. Well, yes, indeed. You said that you had something to talk about, and please come, all of you into my office. And he closes the door behind, and he's got his chair and his desk, and of course, it looks like there's a lot of research material on the wall behind him. Shelves of little knickknacks and books and tomes that are there. Some of them old, some of them new. He does have a couch in his office, and there is one other chair, so there's room for everybody to sit if they like.
Absolutely.
Before we sit down, if it's all right, I'll look around and see if I recognize any of the stuff that's up and about.
As far as the books and stuff?
Yeah, I'm looking for the luminary symbol or any of the other symbols that we've seen so far.
Insight plus observation.
Okay.
Difficulty 1.
1 success.
All right, 1 success. You do not see the luminary symbol there, but you do see on one of the shelves a book titled Secret Cults and Obscure Orders.
Okay.
Please sit down. Nathaniel, did you not get my last letter?
I'm not certain. When would that have been?
Earlier this week that I sent. I should have reached you very quickly.
Unfortunately, no. I'm afraid I did not. We've kind of been on the move quite recently.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that is what brings us here today.
Well, what can I help you with?
Have you heard of a place called Carcosa?
He pauses for a moment. You're joking, right?
Wish that I were.
It's funny that you mentioned that because an acquaintance of mine is in a production of a play called The King in Yellow, currently taking place down in the theater district. I don't know if you're familiar with the play, but The King in Yellow it takes place in a country called Carcosa, but strange things happen in that play. I don't really know much more about that except what my acquaintance has told me about it. Maybe you and I could go and see it.
Perhaps if we have time.
I hear it's to die for.
Well, yes. We'll have to see. Yeah, you were referred to us by Section M.
Section M.
Not familiar.
I'm sorry. My mind has just been so many places lately. On Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. On Thursday. Yes, 3 days ago, I was contacted by somebody who said that they needed some research done about some, I don't know, ancient orders or something like that.
Yes. Unfortunately, that does kind of sound like what we've been wrapped up in. Were they specific with what was?
No, they said that some people would be coming looking for lots of information, and if I could help them, then I would be compensated. But please don't let Mr. Kane know. It would be very bad if he found out I was doing some stuff on the side, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I think we'll all have to keep this quiet all around, unfortunately.
Anybody, not Valentino, can roll me an observation plus insight, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Oh boy, some insight.
One person or the rest of us?
Any of you can do it except for Valentino.
Okay.
2 successes from Blisco.
3 successes from Blisco.
3 successes from Doc.
Okay, you guys rank maximum momentum.
Then I'll spend a moment. I don't know. 1 success.
All right. You can all see that on the nameplate on his desk, it says Antoine Dupre, Occult and Esoteria.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably means he may know more than just secret cults and orders.
Dutch will stand up and start looking start looking at the books on the shelves.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I heard a weird rhyme.
And how did it go?
In the land of the ancients, where the stars align, 8 artifacts of power shall the portal bind. And I'm just gonna scan his face to see if he recognizes it.
He starts to recognize. He looks at Nathaniel. Nathaniel, does that first line seem to indicate something with the pyramids?
I was kind of wondering something along those lines myself.
Yes. One of my friends, colleagues on this floor is into astronomy, and we have lunch a couple of times a week. And he was telling me that there's this strange coincidence that the belt of Orion, the constellation Orion, that the 3 stars in that belt seem to align exactly with the orientation of the Great Pyramids in Egypt. Isn't that amazing?
Those Egyptians were smart.
Yes, they were. If you get a chance, I would suggest you check out the Egyptian exhibit at the National Museum. It's fascinating, simply fascinating. Oh, Nathaniel, you and I should go.
Yeah, again, hopefully we'll have time before we have to jet off again, but
yes,
fortunately, duty does call.
And he's fiddling with this red chalk.
Is there any way to tell, is he getting nervous? Is he trying to push us out?
No, he seems completely happy to see you there. He's very excited to share information with you.
Okay.
He's just a weirdo.
Maybe he's a little nervous. He may be a little nervous. I think his nervousness is not
social. Yes.
Maybe situational, probably. But the rest of the rhyme, I seem to remember. Excuse me. He walks over to the bookshelf and he pulls off the book that you saw earlier, Secret Cults and Obscure Orders.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts flipping through it. And he's looking through it, and you may spend a momentum. Let's see. It says each momentum spent to obtain information allows 2 questions to be asked instead of 1.
Okay.
And he's just flipping through the book. Yeah, a specific question that I might be able to help you with. That rhyme seems very familiar.
Yep. I guess if we get a limited amount of questions, let me run this by the panel.
Okay.
Is there a group that this rhyme is associated with?
Ooh.
Is that a momentum spend, or are you?
I'm asking if you guys think that's a decent question.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I'll spend the momentum for that.
Okay. So you get 2 questions out of this.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, Nathaniel, look. It's the luminaries. Yes, I knew this.
Yes. Yeah.
So the luminaries, as the story goes, there was a man who, let me think. He's looking through the paper. There was a man who was controlling demons and was using the key of Solomon to do that. And there were a group of enlightened ones who fought against him and were able to lock the key of Solomon away. And he's pointing at the book right there, and he's kind of pointing it to the Nathaniel. Look.
Yes. Unfortunately, I think Jerry has interest in the key.
Jerry? Oh! The key of Solomon? I mean,
yes.
You do realize that this is fun stuff to study, and it certainly pays my job, but a lot of this stuff is just mumbo-jumbo nonsense.
Maybe less than what you may have thought.
And more importantly, a powerful government that stands in opposition to this one with lots of guns and resources is trying to find it. So they're going to be moving through the same avenues that we are, which makes it necessary for us to upturn all the rocks first before they get to them.
Well, that's all that this book, and he closes it up and he puts it back on the shelf. As far as the luminaries in your rhyme go, the rhyme is not in the book, but he puts it back on the shelf. That's all the information I really have on the luminaries. They're not super well known.
Okay. Do you have anything else on either the key or Carcosa?
Well, again, I would have to probably do some more research. I could go back into the off-limits section to see what might be there, but the director, Mr. Kane, does not like that very much.
Wait, libraries actually for reals have off-limits sections?
Oh, yes. This is where obviously this is a vast repository of knowledge, and some knowledge we feel should not be open to the general public, and so we keep things locked away either because the information is too dangerous, or the books are too old, or they're just too valuable for normal hands to touch.
Does this guy have a title? Is he like a doctor or a professor or something?
Antoine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just Monsieur Antoine.
Okay.
Julian Kane is the director of the library. So, we would have to go back into the stacks to look for anything else. But again, Mr. Kane would be...
Well, this is what we're here to do. So I got some good news for you. You've got, and I'll put a hand on Valentino's shoulder, at least one research assistant that you can use to help us figure this out.
Well, now he seems very nervous. I really don't want to lose my job. We might be able to go in at night when no one's around, but if I'm caught during the day, that could be a lot of trouble. You really have to fill out a lot of paperwork in order to get to those archives.
That sounds great to us. We just got into town. We need to get lodging and probably some new clothes. So,
but Nathaniel, you look fantastic.
Yeah, I was able to find some decent duds at the base.
Some of us need a lot more work to look good.
And he kind of gives a side eye to Doc. I understand. Listen, I am here to help you with whatever you need. So whatever research you need, if you want to write down questions, I can help you do that. If you want to just tell me, I can start start to do some research while you go freshen up. And again, he gives a side eye to Doc. So any questions that you may have, I kind of have a specialty in the esoteric and the mysterious, the magical, the occult. So I could be of very much value to all of you.
Sounds great. I'll write down the rhyme for him.
Okay.
And be like, just hand it to him. We're like, go nuts. This is just a list of riddles, so we do not know any of this stuff right now.
Okay. Are you going to ask him about the symbol or no?
The symbol of the luminaries?
Luminaries, yeah.
I mean, he said he didn't. That's all he knew about the luminaries, right? And I don't think that he's like lying.
No, he's not lying.
Okay. But sure, I'll show him the symbol. We've actually spoken to a luminary.
Oh, really?
And he had this symbol at his place, prominently displayed.
Prominently displayed?
I think so, wasn't it?
No, it was in a lower corner window.
I mean, it was in a window.
It was in a window, yeah, but it was not prominently displayed like
okay.
Right,
it was
a welcome sign or anything like that.
Sub prominently displayed.
Okay.
Openly displayed?
I would say openly displayed, yes.
Okay.
But not calling attention to itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I can look into the symbol. I can look into this rhyme. I can look into the luminaries if you like. Is there anything else? And he looks at each of you. Is there anything else you want me to look more on Carcosa?
Carcosa would be helpful.
Yeah.
Potentially.
What about the Black Sun or the Night Wolves, the Nocturne Wolves?
He just looks at me like, I have no idea about that. Is there anything else? I mean,
yeah. If you find anything on Carcosa, see if you can research anything about its local fauna, because I feel like we keep running into it.
Such as what?
Shoggoths, night gaunts.
Oh, and with that, the minute you say Shoggoths, he perks up. Oh, the history of Shoggoths is so fascinating. He goes over and he grabs another book off the shelf. These creatures are, probably one of the scariest things. As in my research, probably one of the scariest things that I've ever read. These things are, they're controlled by mental control. That's how you are supposed to get them to do what you want them to do. Yes, they're very, very fascinating. You say you've run into one?
Yes.
Yes.
And he gives Nathaniel, a very weird stare down like, is this a joke? Are you joking me?
No, Nathaniel's kind of got like a pained look and is, no joke. It is quite the harrowing experience.
I seriously doubt you met a Shoggoth. If you had met a real Shoggoth, you would all be dead by now.
Ed
you may have
his damnedest.
And he laughs. You may have met some kind of he flips through the book. Yeah, you may have met a hybrid of some kind or a proto-Shoggoth, but I don't think you met an actual Shoggoth.
That may be. We only know what a bunch of soldiers told us, so you have a lot more information than we do. So, if you'd
yes, Shoggoths are usually beings that are under a mind control. Yes, he's flipping through the book right here. Yes, usually they're the heralds or servants of Yog-Sothoth. And then he pauses for a moment. Yes, Yog-Sothoth. Interesting. May have to do more into that.
That's interesting, because I'm pretty sure it was saying that.
what the Shoggoth that you encountered.
Yes. It was definitely saying something that sounded a lot like Yogg.
He's very quiet for a minute.
But this might have been this might have been a mixed substandard talking Shoggoth.
I mean, if it was a hybrid or a proto Shoggoth, maybe yes.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, they don't make noises. They don't speak to, well, at least in the history of the mythology of the creatures.
When you say hybrid, what do you mean? What would a hybrid Shoggoth be?
Well, and he flips a page. As the story goes, there's a number of different ways that you can summon Shoggoths. You can summon a Shoggoth through a portal or an opening. That would be the way to bring one here. Or, and really, if a real Shoggoth was loose, it would be mass destruction. The other way that you can, what's the word that I want to use here? You can infuse another creature, usually from a younger age, but not necessarily, and infuse them with the Shoggoth's power or energy and transform them. And his hands go up and he's kind of, gesturing, big and wide, transform them into the giant monstrosity that is a proto Shoggoth.
A creature like a person?
A person, an animal, a goat. Yeah.
I mean, this thing had a face.
Well, they do have mouths and he's starting to talk about mouths and eyeballs, and he stops as soon as you say human face. Human face?
Yes. One just fully, mostly intact human face. Along with all the eyeballs and teeth and mouths and stuff.
Nathaniel, what have you gotten yourself into?
I've kind of been asking myself that every day for the last while.
Oh. And now he's really twirling this chalk in his hands, like very rapidly, like, oh my gosh, his mind is thinking and he's twirling. And I think that you are into something maybe very dangerous. And I do need to look around, do some research.
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask some colleagues about this? Certainly my astronomy friend might be able to shed some light onto the first stanza of this verse.
You trust them?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a friend.
I'll look at Valentino.
Again, if you can get help, may not be a bad idea, but maybe
frame it as an intellectual exercise.
Yeah, perhaps be a bit vague as to the source or the cause of the questions.
He just suddenly is, I think, the excitement of seeing his friend, the excitement of sharing his knowledge has suddenly started to wear off as the realization of my friend and his friends are now in something serious, and this is not a joking thing. Okay. Are you going to be all right?
I can only try.
The best way to guarantee that we're all right is for us to get as much information as possible.
And if there's anything in the stories that might indicate, even in theory, something that might give us a location or a way to find Carcosa, or even something that might give us a waypoint to point us in the right direction.
Yes, of course. Well, I'm going to have to do some work. You understand, it's going to take some time.
Sure.
Listen. It's probably best you're not seen here during regular time. Mr. Kane, I think, might be very curious about why you're making multiple trips to my office.
Sure.
The library closes at 8:00 tonight. Mr. Kane usually is gone by 9. That will give me time to do some research with the books that I have access to. I can talk to some others, and then after Mr. Kane leaves, I should be able to get into the restricted area and find some additional information. So if you come back at 9:30, I should have some more information for you.
Right.
There's an employee entrance on Rue Vivienne that you should be able to access.
Okay.
Very well.
Please be careful. Where are you going?
Well, we got to find a place to. We got to find an inn or a hotel or something.
Oh,
And then we're gonna go get some clothes, probably, and definitely something to eat.
oh, Nathaniel, remember Hotel Red Iron? When the first time that we came here,
Yes.
that would be a fantastic place to stay. And it's not too far away.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go there.
Okay. Well, be safe and getting side eyes, Doc. Clean up and I'll see you tonight. All right. So you all leave.
Yep.
We memorize him so that when he dies horribly in a scene or two, we can remember him.
So you head off, and it's really 5 blocks away. It's not that far away, to the Hotel Red Iron. The Hotel Red Iron is a newish, after the 1860s, building. So that way it has elevators in it. And it is a nice 12 stories tall. It is very decadent. It is, very nice, very upscale. Dutch would probably know of this place, or it would have been on a recommended stay list as you were traveling around Europe.
We're gonna be able to afford it.
Oh, you have 800 monies. Of course you can afford it. It's only like $5 a night, which again would be a lot of money back then, but
sure.
$5
monies a night. Yep.
5 monies per person?
Yes, per night.
Okay.
So that's 20 monies.
I mean, unless you
20
double
monies a
up.
night.
I mean, you could double up 2 per room.
Per room, yeah. We could stay here for 40 nights.
That's okay. We don't have to. Yeah, let's double up just for safety anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, welcome to the Hotel Red Iron.
Oh, man.
How many will be staying?
The 4 of us, but we'll take 2 doubles if you have them.
Oh, yes. I have 2 rooms. Please sign the register. He turns the register around. How many nights would you be staying?
Now, Stephen, just to double check, this is a person that we're talking to, and not like a fox with like a top hat, right?
No, this is the clerk, and you can see the clerk at the hotel, and he's wearing a little badge that says Daniel Maupin or Maupin, Maupin.
Maupin.
Yeah,
Maupin.
I will sign under an alias.
All right. What is your alias?
Alias is John
Big Booty
Smith. Yes. John Smallberries.
Oh, you're all named John. How quaint. Americans, huh?
Hey, we love it.
Very well. He turns around. He hands you a key to room 1011, and hands you how I don't know how you guys are booking up, but he hands someone else the key to 1013. I suppose you want connecting rooms?
We would like that. Yes, thank you.
Very well then.
I will take the key to 1013.
Welcome to the Hotel Red Iron. A word of caution, though. Do not be out after midnight when the fog rolls in, because things get very dangerous.
Okay.
Is that
dangerous? How?
Oh, brigands and things that go crawling in the night, of course, young man. But yes, crime can be bad in this section of town at night, especially in the fog.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Yes, well, again, welcome. If you need anything, just let me know.
All right. Oh, actually, we need to find a clothier or boutique that can cater to us Americans traveling on a small budget.
Oh, yes. Just outside, around the corner, in the same building, is a clothing shop for men.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
All right, how much am I paying for the rooms?
You're paying like 20 monies.
Okay.
And that'll take care of you for a couple of days.
I have us down as having 779 monies.
Excellent. The nice thing is your suits, if you got a very fancy suits, will only cost you about 10 monies.
Yeah, definitely. It's like Dutch has been thinking about how he wants to go clothes shopping. And then he's like, how am I going to dress myself the way I want to dress myself while dressing these guys the way that they probably want to dress and not feel bad that I'm spending like 2 to 3 times as much money out of our collective stuff. So he's like trying to figure out, he's like, I'm just going to have to like find cheaper stuff and make it work.
Or, you know, you don't have to tell them the price tags.
Sure. But then I'd be lying to them. You know, I just like
a bad precedent to set.
Nobody is like, this is not something like clearly not something that they care about. Right. But like,
well, clearly
clothes,
excuse me.
Clothes is something that
I think Valentino cares about his appearance.
That's fair. But also everything fits him and looks great. So it doesn't matter.
Doc cares about his appearance, but Doc is also one of those guys who sometimes when you're tall and edgy and all, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure Doc is like particular about his appearance. Like he probably has clothes that he likes to wear that he thinks look good on him.
Sure.
All right. Then let's go to the men's store around the corner and do a fashion montage.
Makeover.
All right, everybody, tell me all the different fashions that you are trying on in this fashion montage. This will be for XP.
Oh,
XP. What year did you say it was? 1939?
It's 1939. Yeah. And so just this store, this men's store, has anything you want.
Sure.
Just
start.
Not like go ahead. The curtain opens. The curtain opens, and Doc walks out. What is Doc wearing?
A black frock coat that is clearly not the right size, plaid pants, and a white shirt with really lovely check suspenders. But it just doesn't have the right look.
The man that is taking care of you, he is very neat, very tall, very thin, black hair. He's got a kind of an upturned nose, and he has one of those little mustaches underneath.
Mustache, yeah.
He's got a little mustache. Around his neck is a tape measure, and he looks at you and he dismisses. No. The curtain opens, and out comes Valentino.
Valentino's got himself an ensemble with gray trench coat, ascot, some slacks and shined black shoes. Found herself a good fedora hat.
You spin around. The man that's taking care of you looks and he nods. Bravo! The curtain opens and out comes Blisco.
Brightly colored button-down shirt.
Like what color?
Probably
Fuchsia.
bright blue. Yeah,
Bright blue. Okay.
Fuchsia, yeah.
All right.
With simple dark pants or dark more utilitarian pants.
And that's it? Just the shirt and the pants?
Shirt and the pants, and the same stuff he's been carrying around with him the entire time, with the gloves and whatnot in his pocket, in the back pocket.
Oh, you need a jacket and a hat.
Okay.
The curtains open and out comes Dutch.
Dutch is going to be wearing a brown slacks and matching sport coat and matching vest, white shirt underneath with a white tie, and like a nice, it's like kind of like those, like, it's not like a carnival barker hat. It's like that serious,
it's
like maybe more like a Panama hat. Is that like something like that?
Okay.
Something that, if he takes the jacket off is a little breezy. Obviously, a pocket kerchief to go with it. And set off over there, he definitely has a couple more shirts and ties that match.
Aha, Monsieur Smallberries. Very good choice.
Thank you.
Curtain opens and out steps Doc.
Doc has now found a blue velvet suit, matching
No
blue
velvet.
velvet suit with a white frilly shirt.
Curtain closes. Valentino next costume.
You suck.
It's fashion, man.
Probably has picked out something more sporting, white slacks and shirt with blue jacket. Yeah, I think that's about it.
He walks over to you, takes a measure of your shoulders, and then he starts patting down your chest and feeling around your waist. I will need to let a little bit out here so you can carry your weapon.
Yeah, good call.
Curtain opens and out comes Blisco.
Same top and pants as previously, but now Blisco's trying to mimic the way that Dutch dressed, because Dutch got immediate approval. And he clearly sees that Dutch is figuring as fashion forward. And so has a vest and jacket and the same style of hat with a slightly different coloring.
You will blend into the crowd perfectly. Curtain opens. Doc comes out.
Okay. Not velvet this time, but definitely maroon. A maroon three-piece suit.
You cut back. This is the part where you cut to the clothier, and he's just tapping his forehead and shaking his head.
Doc goes back behind the curtain.
Curtain opens and out comes Valentino, or out comes Dutch.
Dutch is wearing a button-up blue shirt that has the it's short sleeves, but the sleeves are like rolled back, and a pair of, I guess, like long shorts, along with some nice socks and some, I don't know what are like good shoes for that, like loafers.
Long shorts, like. Describe long shorts.
Shorts like down to the knee.
Okay, it's a little chilly for October, but the clothier kind of nods his head back and forth. You'll definitely get some looks.
I saw it in the pulps.
You definitely will get some looks. Curtain closes. Curtain opens. Out comes Doc.
Okay, this time I know what you got.
Like everybody, we cut to this really exaggerated fisheye wide shot of everybody. In the center is the clothier, and next to him is his female assistant, and then on either side is Valentino and Dutch and Blisco, and everybody's just kind of all leaning in, like waiting to see what Doc wears emerging.
Okay, are you ready?
Everybody's on the edge of their seat in anticipation. This is like the big climax of our musical clothing montage.
White dress shirt, cream sweater, like a V-neck sweater, under like a frock coat, a tan frock coat with like red piping, striped pants, and a Panama hat.
Yeah.
The crowd erupts. Woo! And the musical montage ends as you all go back into the hotel carrying your packages. They're very tall packages. Every piece of clothing is tied up in their own box. So I know that seems ridiculous, but every shirt has its own box. Every jacket has its own box. Yeah. Everything has its own box. So each of you is carrying a pile of boxes. So it is a little hard to see as you're navigating towards the elevator to go up to your room. So you're standing around outside the elevator. You go ding, the elevator door opens. A couple of people you can't really see brush past you. You all go into the elevator, and as the elevator door is closing, you hear, yeah, Herr Montag. And the door closes, and that's where we're going to end this episode. Critical Hit Punch Hall Nazis is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment and was produced and edited by me, Steven Schleicher. You can get a behind-the-scenes making of this episode when you check out the GM Roundtable Achtung Cthulhu Edition at our Patreon page, patreon.com/majorspoilers. What went into this musical montage? Oh, you can find out when you check it out at patreon.com/majorspoilers. This week we had several of our patrons get a shout-out on the show, and I will say sometimes your handles make it rather difficult to figure out how to work you into the narrative, which is why the hotel our heroes are staying at is named after patron Red Iron. And if you like the hotel clerk, you can thank Danielle Maupon for that. If you'd like your name to appear as an NPC in future episodes of Critical Hit, become one of our associate producers at patreon.com/majorspoilers. We have a lot of adventure to get through, and the list of patrons is getting longer, and this is your chance to immortalize yourself in our adventures. Don't forget, we need you. We need you to record yourself doing your best on Critical Hit. Send it to us at podcast@majorspoilers.com. It'll take you just a minute, and your voice will join the growing chorus of fans you heard at the beginning of the show. Listen, you don't have to be a patron to send in your recording, and we hope you do it soon. If you have questions or comments, jump into the Critical Hit Discord channel. You can find a link in the show notes and join our awesome community of fans. Thanks so much for listening, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2023 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.